Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I am going to be doing a baking video. I know you might think we're in a bedroom, but that's just because it's so hectic starting a video in the kitchen with everything everywhere and I'm all confused and I'm like ugh. So yeah, that's why I'm starting it in here. And also it is really raining, so I couldn't start it in my room because all you'd be able to hear is the rain on the window, which is just not good. So yeah, I am going to be baking Tanya Burr's Sundae cake from her recipes, and I'm super looking forward to doing it. I haven't baked a cake in so long, so I'm so looking forward to doing it. And I'm baking it for tomorrow, which is a Sunday for me, and all of my family are coming around, so I'm baking it for that. So I hope it goes well because I've got a lot of people having a taste of it. Anyway, let's move to the kitchen and get started. First thing that you need to do is set the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Also make sure that you have lined 2 baking trays. I'm doing this with greaseproof paper because I find that the easiest way. Now for the ingredients. For the cake you'll need 170 grams of butter, you'll need 170 grams of caster sugar, 3 eggs, 30 grams of cocoa powder, 140 grams of self-raising flour, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Then you need to cream the butter and sugar together until you get a creamy mixture. After that, you add the eggs and sift the cocoa powder in with the flour and baking powder. Make sure that you mix it well. And that is the mixture completed. Then you just divide the mixture between the 2 tins and put them in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes. Now the icing is the fun part, and for this you need, how much of this? 110 grams of icing sugar and 60 grams of butter. And you just place this in the bowl. There goes the butter. And in goes the icing sugar. I'm going to start mixing this with a fork first because icing sugar goes everywhere. But all you do is mix it all together and add some cocoa powder for flavouring. So my alarm is going off now, so I need to get a knife to check the cakes. I'm leaving the second one in there just for a little bit longer because it was underneath, so it hasn't had quite as much of the heat, and there was a little bit of mixture on the knife. This one seems to have done well, so I've just got to wait for these to cool now. And also my icing is finished. You don't get a lot because obviously it's just to sandwich the two together. Now I just need to wait for everything to cool, that to come out of the oven, and then we can start the fun part, which is decorating it. I'm going to melt the chocolate to put over the top as I start doing the buttercream because otherwise the chocolate will have stopped melting and will go all stodgy. So I'm going to wait until we do the buttercream to melt the chocolate. Right, so an update on the cakes. I have 2 baked cakes and they are just cooling off now. I need to take them out of the tins first. And then for the toppings, I have 2 bars of Tesco chocolate to melt, to pour on top. I have 2 bags of multicoloured chocolate buttons, but these are the smaller ones. I might have been better with the giant ones, but oh well. And then I've got 2 bags of Maltesers ready for the top as well. Also, just thought I would give you a little explanation about this video. Basically, to begin with, I thought it'd be a good idea if I was just doing it and speaking in the background, and then I thought, you know what? We'll just make it into a chilled, casual vlog style video for my Sunday channel, you know? So that's why I'm talking to the camera like this, showing you things like this, but I've just taken them out of the baking tins, cooling down, and I will get back to you as soon as they are cool. So guys, we are now ready to do the fun part. Just put some water on the stove here, and I have got my bowl of chocolate, 200 grams, and now I'm gonna place that on top of that, like so. And I'm gonna get a wooden spoon. Actually, I'm just gonna use a normal spoon. I'm gonna use a normal spoon and just keep stirring it occasionally. But while that is starting to melt, which it already kind of is, gotta make sure you keep stirring it. I'm not sure if it can burn like this, but I feel like you should keep stirring it. Anyway, while that is doing that, we have got 2 completely cooled, it has been hours, I've been out and everything, it's a complete cool, 2 completely cool cakes and a little bowl of icing. So let's get icing this bad boy. Hopefully it's gonna look amazing. By the way, if I keep going off camera or it keeps jumping, it's probably because I've gone to stir the chocolate, or check on the chocolate anyway. You know what, I would say that gives you a pretty perfect amount of icing, of butter icing, because look, perfectly covered it, like nothing left. Maybe a little bit to taste, but now I'm gonna pop this one on top of there. Now the chocolate should look like this, all nice and melted. Be careful though, the bowl will be boiling. Then you take it off the heat. And now we're gonna pour it over the top. Hopefully it will go over evenly. Fingers crossed. You know what, the measurements for the amount of chocolate you need is pretty exact too. Also, I would like to point out that I put it on this tray so that when you pour the chocolate on, it can go through the bottom so it doesn't all like clump at the bottom. So, which will hopefully make it look better, but yeah, this is how it looks. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I mean, considering it doesn't pour over and you've got to kind of like wipe it on, I think it's gone okay. But now I'm going to start adding my toppings, but before that I'm going to attempt to put it on a plate so that I don't have to move it after I put the toppings on. So that is what I'm going to do now, and hopefully it goes well. I've got a big massive like knife thing to do it. Excuse my dog barking. And I've put it in some boiling water because my mum says that helps it not to stick. And because I don't have a palette knife, I'm just using this massive knife. Again, sorry for my dog barking, but I'm gonna attempt to move it now, and then I'll get back to you once I've moved it, hopefully successfully. Okay, so it went well, it's on the plate. Now I've opened my buttons and I'm gonna try and cover the whole sides of the cake in the buttons. Hopefully I have enough, but that's what I'm gonna do now. Ta-da!
Very nice.
Love it.
Let's eat. All these are starting to go.
They've always been like that. Yep. The cake wasn't very even. Here is the finished cake. Maltesers on top. I kind of did in like a star because I thought it would look cooler, and then I just filled in all the gaps with the chocolate buttons. Pretty impressed. So I'm going to end the video up here as well, just because of ease of everything. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below to see more. There'll also be all my links in the description because I vlog every day if you don't know. You can go over, subscribe to that if you want to, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye! Yellow top, like, I never go for this kind of yellow, but I'm really glad.